The Lord of the Rings franchise. It's got 6 movies, 1,000 games, and 7.2 billion memes.
Gandalf?
The Lord of the Rings fanbase, not to be confused with the Star Wars or Star Trek fanbase, have all been screaming for more Lord of the Rings. Even back when I was a little boy, I enjoyed playing the Lord of the Rings video games and loved every single movie. So hearing that Amazon is working on a Lord of the Rings TV show makes me super excited, but also a little bit worried. It seems that Amazon has heard our cries for more Lord of the Rings content, so they spent $250 million to buy the Lord of the Rings license. Then Jeff Bezos declared, "Bring me Game of Thrones." The show is reportedly costing Amazon $465 million for the first season. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with all that money. For $465 million, you can probably buy a single bedroom apartment in New York City. The funny thing is, the budget of the first 3 movies cost $281 million combined. So I really don't know what they're doing with all that money. That's a lot of CGI. The show is set thousands of years before The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, so they can basically do whatever they want with the story. As of this recording, the show isn't even out yet and we haven't seen a trailer, but there's already some criticism of the show.
I still have some very deep concerns when it comes to this show on Amazon Prime.
The Lord of the Rings prequel series that Amazon is putting out looks to be headed a disastrous direction.
Some people online are doubting that Amazon can make this actually good. And to be fair, after doing a lot of scientific research, I'm gonna talk about some of the valid points and valid concerns that people have. If you haven't already, consider hitting on the like button. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithms. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe and hit the bell notification icon for more content. So let's talk about why the Lord of the Rings TV show could fail and why it could succeed. Number 1, the showrunners Patrick McKay and Johnny D. Payne have no experience that we're aware of. Their IMDb page is empty, and the only credit that I could find was that they co-wrote Star Trek Beyond. Here's something no one ever says about Star Trek Beyond. What's a good movie to watch? Oh, I should really rewatch Star Trek Beyond. I know that J.J. Abrams vouched for them, and it's very unlikely that someone like Amazon would have just picked anybody that they didn't actually believe in. But it doesn't really give us a lot of confidence after we all got scarred from Game of Thrones.
Don't you dare say that name!
Reason number 2, Jeff Bezos literally said, "Bring me Game of Thrones." I know that the Game of Thrones books were inspired by Lord of the Rings, but the show Game of Thrones wasn't necessarily inspired by Lord of the Rings. As far as I know, Game of Thrones wasn't really trying to be anything. It was just doing its own thing. So there could be a lot of pressure internally, especially since the big boss needs to be happy with the show. Which brings me to reason number 3, a too many cooks situation.
Too many cooks, too many cooks, too many cooks, too many cooks.
Because there's a lot of money riding on this, there could be way too many people that want to have their own take on the story, and the story could end up potentially being convoluted, or they might not be encouraged to take any creative risks with the story. Like, for example, they might avoid killing off certain characters that people like. Having said that, there are also a few reasons on why this could be a really massive show. The first one being the creative talent behind the show. Although the showrunners haven't made anything we know about, they do have a mix of writers and producers that worked on movies and TV shows like Game of Thrones, Hannibal, Stranger Things, The Sopranos, Toy Story 4, 10 Cloverfield Lane. There is a lot of talent behind this show. Which brings me to reason number 2. Amazon Studios aren't new to making TV shows like Fleabag, Marvelous Miss Maisel, The Man in the High Castle, and of course, The Boys.
I'm sorry, did you just call God a C word?
Yeah. He's got a hard-on for mass murder and giving kids cancer, and this big old answer to the existential clusterfuck that is humanity.
Which brings me to reason number 3. Because there's a lot of money behind it, it could mean that they're willing to spend as much money as they can to make this as good as it could possibly be. It could be a bad thing that there's a lot of money riding behind it, but it could also be a good thing. It's a pros and cons situation. Everybody wants this show to be good. I really want this to be good. I want more Lord of the Rings in my life. but there are reasons to be concerned. The show could actually turn out to be really good, or it could turn out to be a garbage truck on fire. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon for more content. Make sure to comment below and let me know your thoughts on what you think of the show, if you're excited, if you're a bit skeptical, and what your reasons are for being skeptical if you are. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.